Ladies and gentlemen, that has happened. I have received FSD V12 supervised. I want to make sure it doesn't mess up today, and let's see if it lives up to the hype and if it's worth $12,000. I'm going to be testing it out today in all situations from stop signs, merging on the highway, seeing if it can handle rain, or unprotected left turns at night. And as a bonus, we will test Tesla's Autopark and Summon to see if it's any good. So watch until the end of the video to get caught up on all things FSD. So after you do your Tesla software update, you should have received this email where it states, complimentary full self-driving supervised. Gone are the days where it's called FSD beta, and the trial should be for 30 days. It does say it does not make your vehicle autonomous. Do not become complacent. So don't be out here sleeping and then expecting FSD to take you from point A to point B. Pay attention and make sure it doesn't mess up. Another way you can tell it's been added is to check your car icon. It should have a dot, but I won't lie to you, I got pretty excited. I've already tested it out a little bit. So you go to the car icon and you go to autopilot, and you'll see by default they've already added in full self-driving supervised. You can also choose your FSD profile and how aggressive you want it to be, from chill, average, and assertive. It starts off with average for you to feel it out and see how everything is, and then assertive if you're feeling very confident how FSD is performing. And then lane change notification can be from off, chime, vibrate, or both. It's really up to you, so I'll leave it off for now. You can also do minimal lane changes for your current drive. So when I was initially testing out the FSD, it was changing the lane quite a bit. So you can toggle this on if you find like it's being a bit excessive. I'll leave it off for now until I find it annoying. Automatic set speed, offset, I'll leave that alone. And ooh, summon, we have summon now. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna hit yes. Pretty much you're getting all of the enhanced autopilot features. So summon, what that does, allows you to summon your car from your Tesla app on your phone. So we're gonna be showing that as well. And that's it. I think the rest of it is just autopilot settings. You can leave it as is. I went over it with my previous Model Y settings video, but let's get started. Let's test to see if FSD performs as well as everyone's saying it does. Now, a true definition of full self-driving is when it takes you from point A to point B by itself without me touching anything. Well, I have to get it started, but let's head over to our grocery store over here called Highland Farms, and I want FSD to take me there without me intervening at all, right? So what you want to do is shift over to drive, start driving, and then engage it. And that's it. Your job is done, and it should take you from this random parking lot we're at, and it should take us to Highland Farms. My job is just to make sure that I'm aiding it anywhere I can. And now I won't be adjusting the speed in basic autopilot. You set the speed, but Tesla will be doing that itself by the speed limit assigned in the road. So you'll see I do have to apply steering force, so that's why I can't fall asleep. You can't just nod off. You do have to pay attention and apply steering force. And for some reason, it's flooring it to 40. I wish it had a more gradual ramp up to 40. I do notice that it gets very close to this curb over here. People have been complaining about there's a lot of curb rashes because it gets pretty close to the side. I've been seeing that on Twitter X. And now let's see how well it understands stop sign. So it understands that that person was first, the red car was second, we were second, the red car was third. So it did recognize that. It's really cool, honestly. Like, the fact that it can do all of this is amazing. FSD software has come such a long way. We're seeing that. It's all the data that it's collected from everyone that's kind of, been using it, collecting that data, how a human interacts. So you see, there's two lanes, it's deciding which lane should we go to. And there we go, it picks the right lane. Now when we head over to the main road, we get to see all the different cars and things like that. So obviously it recognizes the traffic light ahead is red, so it won't be going. Okay, it's green, and Tesla's off. Honestly, super cool. Super cool. Like, this is game-changing. This is honestly game-changing. Like, I can really see myself using this, but obviously the elephant in the room is, it didn't avoid the pothole. Oh, damn. So it didn't avoid the pothole, which I hate potholes because I don't want to get a flat tire, but it didn't avoid that. So that's why you need to be supervised at your FSD, avoid potholes. But anyways, we carry on. It will be heading towards the highway. And look to our right, just pause this over here. Look to our right, look how many Teslas there are. I just discovered a secret parking lot. Look at the new Model 3 that's here. Look at this. This is amazing. I don't know how I came across this parking lot, but this is a stash of all the different models and the Model 3s and the Model Ys. What is happening? But anyways, we carry on. It is definitely nerve-wracking at first because I do find that it's getting pretty close to the edge there. So I'm gonna mind that. It's getting pretty close to the sidewalk. I don't want to curb rash these rims. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So we are coming up here on a right turn in a busy traffic light. Oh, it has started to indicate, which is great. This is amazing, the amount of information it's able to show and display on the screen. It does such a good job of capturing that. And yesterday I was testing it out in the rain.
Now it did say full self-driving may be degraded in the rain since cameras may get blocked, but overall I didn't notice any difference in performance.
So let's see if it takes into account the oncoming car there, and as well as, okay, beautiful. Oof. Okay, no need to speed up, Tesla, just slowly, gradual speed is good enough. And now as he's making its way to a highway, some people use their knees. I heard people use their knees sometimes for that steering force. But what I'm interested to see is how good of a job it does in the highway. I think the biggest challenge for a highway, for FSD will be in entering a highway, is the merging lane. That is very tricky because you do have to speed up, okay, to be able to merge and match the person's speed to be able to blend in with the highway traffic. But let's see if FSD is able to handle that. I'm very curious. I may have to intervene here. Okay, and a pedestrian just standing here. Okay, interesting spot to stand. Beautiful day here. It's still cold, surprisingly. We're in April. Still a bit chilly, a bit windy, but at least the sun's out. So that's great. So you're getting a great, nice, rich blue sky. Okay, this is the tricky part. Let's see you handle it, Tesla. Merging lane. Okay, it is speeding up, applying force. It's ramping up to 100, which as it should match up. It should go a little faster. And it's signaling. Oh, it's signaling. See, that's smart. It's smart. Okay, it did a good job. Round of applause for Tesla. It did a very good job. I'm very impressed. It increased the speed up to 100. Didn't go up to 100 because it was bearing in mind the car in front. So it was minding that. And honestly, it's really cool. I literally feel like I'm getting chauffeured around and someone's driving me. And I feel like if you're on a road trip, this is going to be a game changer. I already love autopilot as it is. And it's indicating left. I have to keep track of that. Oh, it stopped because this car didn't give him space. But I think it was trying to get into the left lane, but this car is like, nope, you can't get in. So Tesla stopped. As I was trying to say before, I feel like I'm getting chauffeured around and someone's driving me. Welcome to 2024, ladies and gentlemen. I know FSD's been around longer, but this version just came out recently. And now it has to go back onto Kennedy Road, which is an exit. And you see cars are merging here on the right lane. So it is trying to keep track of that. What would be really cool is when we head over to Highland Farms, which is a grocery store, I want to be able to see if it finds an empty parking spot and it actually parks itself. That'll be end-to-end, point A to point B, full self-driving. And one thing you can't do when you are using FSD is look down on your phone. Guess what? This camera up here, just a quick little glance here, is watching you. It's tracking your eyes and it's tracking your head. So if you look down, it won't say apply steering force. It will say, please pay attention. And if you get enough of them, you will get kicked out. So you want to avoid getting kicked out of FSD. Make sure you actually are looking at the road, you're paying attention. So it should get in the right lane. It's indicating great. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So far, so good. So far, I have, obviously, this is not my first time using FSD. I did use it a little bit. I did notice some errors before with merging lanes, but today, it's been, so far for this video, has been pretty flawless, which is great to see. About to turn right here. Super cool. Imagine if it had to turn left. How complicated would that be? This is a very tough turn. So you have to switch 1, 2, 3 lanes in a very short distance with a bunch of cars packed, right? So that would have been pretty challenging. But luckily, this is not that challenging because we're going up here and we have to turn right. So we already happen to be in the right lane. So that's working out nicely in Tesla's favor. So I'm curious what happens if I try to tell Tesla to go above the speed limit by 5. We can go above 5. We're in Mexico, right? We can do that. And now, okay, I'm going to brake here and I'll tell you why. I'm going to brake here and I'll tell you why. This is a red light traffic camera. I am not getting a ticket. I'm not going to risk and get a ticket. And have that much trust in FSD, so I did have to brake. It was 3, 2, 1, and if FSD just decided to pass, I would have gotten a red traffic light. So on me for not testing that, but I don't know if I want to hit that risk. Maybe someone else can do that risk. So it's cool. It's recognizing a pedestrian all the way down here behind us. So you'll see, and one over here, it's crossing the road. You'll see that they're over there. You see a man in an orange, bright orange jacket, enjoying his day, about to cross the road. Okay, and here we go. And it does have a tendency to ramp up instead of having a gradual speed up. It does ramp up pretty quick. It has to turn right in this traffic light as well as turn right into a parking lot of the grocery store. So let's see how it does. This is a busy intersection. So now it has to understand that it can turn right in a green light and then also mind these pedestrians. So not 100% easy, but let's see how it's able to handle this. So it should start moving up here. See, it's not moving up. I don't know why it's not moving up. And now this might piss off the truck driver next to me and he might honk at me right now pretty soon. I could see a pedestrian here, so maybe that's what Tesla was looking for, which I didn't even see, by the way, but the Tesla did see it. And I might get honked here because I'm not moving up, and you're allowed to turn right on a red light. I'm gonna get honked pretty soon. Okay, I'm gonna intervene here. Give it a little push. Creep a little bit. I had to. It was not moving forward, so Tesla failed there. So now it has to match. Look at the traffic coming here. Smart. Okay, good. Okay, good. I was nervous there, but there actually was no oncoming car. Great. And I think it's trying to wait. Ooh, see, it confused that driver there. That driver, it slowed down for a little bit and then it went anyway. So it confused that driver. They thought I was giving them room, but I was not giving them room. So that might have driver been like, what the hell? What are you doing, dude? But this is the enter sign. And look, another Tesla exiting. I wonder if they're using FSD. Right over here. Okay. And now we've arrived in our grocery store, but let's see where it ends up stopping and where is it taking me? I don't know if it's going to find a parking spot or is it just going to brake here? Oh, it's saying it's complete. The navigation is complete, so I guess it doesn't find it. Oh, it's still moving. I'll be really impressed if it finds an empty parking spot and parks it, because then we'll see not only it being smart enough to realize we're at the destination, but also check out the auto park function. Very slow here. I think maybe it's looking for the pedestrian. Okay, but I'm sure you can go around. Kind of aggressive in front of the pedestrian. Ooh, look close there, Tesla. Look close. Okay, all right. I wonder if it's gonna find a spot. Okay, see this pedestrian with the grocery cart here, ignoring that. So typically a grocery parking lot's pretty busy, but it's confused. I feel like it's still not getting to the point fast enough. I feel like it should know what it wants to do. If it wants to park, find a spot. If it just wants to brake, the person behind me is probably thinking, what am I doing? What's in my mind? The person behind me giving me the dirtiest look. I'm gonna move. So it's not parking by itself. I am at the destination, so obviously bravo, it's amazing. I'll give it 100% points for that. But what I am going to do is manually test to see an auto park function. So let's see how good of a job it does parking next to a car. Obviously I'm not doing an empty space. So now if you do want to park, you do look for the gray at the bottom here, gray P. So find the gray P. I'm going to go to one where it has cars next. Click the P, and now it sees an empty parking spot, and you click this P. And it's telling you to shift to reverse. So we have to do that ourselves. It doesn't do it by itself. Shift to reverse and hit start. And now it'll auto park. And there's a car behind me. Hopefully they don't get annoyed by me. Okay, this is pretty easy for the Tesla. There's no cars next to it. So it should be able to park seamlessly. Beautiful. Bit slow. The person in front of me is like, the person in front of me is like, wow, you cannot handle this basic parking job yourself because there's no cars. This is too funny. They're probably so confused, like, wow, this is a pretty basic parking job you have to do. There's no cars next to you. So Tesla's taking a bit longer here. It's very easy, Tesla, come on. So here we go. Oh, there we go. And there it is, auto park. Now a true test for FSD is how good of a job it auto parks in between cars, because that was pretty easy. See that spot right here? I want to be able to wedge myself right in between those two cars. It'd be cool if you can choose what side you want to park in. Hopefully it's the one that I'm hoping for, the complicated one. I think it is. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's test this out. So you do have to position it perfectly if you want to. Ooh, it's getting close, but it has sensors built in. Okay, that was way too good. That was way too good. Okay. I've never seen... You know what's happening in this video today? The test is performing flawlessly. It's almost like it knows it's being recorded and filmed and going up on YouTube. So it's performing flawlessly. That was flawless execution. I've struggled with, we saw the struggle with there when it was an empty and there was no cars next to it. But anyways, I'm gonna be fair and I'm gonna show it in one go. I want to do it in multiple to make it look bad. That was one go over there in that spot when it's empty, and that was one go in between two cars. Honestly, pretty good job. It doesn't always work. I wish you can choose which side you want the auto park to be in. But cool nonetheless if you are not a good parker and you need that assistance. Now with this trial, you also get a summon feature. So if you are in a tight parking spot, this is not a tight parking spot, you can just click the summon button over here in your Tesla app, hit summon, up and down arrows to reverse or drive, right? So let's test it out. So if I hit this up, and look, it's summoning. I don't know where it's trying to go, but it's trying to go somewhere. It's driving forward. Let's see if it stops if I get ahead of it. It does stop. It's smart. I see a car coming, so I'm gonna now reverse it. I'm clicking the button, and it's not working. Press and hold controls to move vehicle, and it's not working. So the drive's working, and I think someone's trying to leave, so I'm gonna move the car back myself.
Now, when we left the grocery store, it had turned night, so we got a chance to test out an unprotected left turn, and it wasn't exactly perfect. I did have to creep up to get a better view of the oncoming traffic. Tesla was not creeping forward on its own to position itself for the left turn, and when it did make the left turn, it was in front of a slow-moving car. Now, although they did signal that they were turning right, Tesla had already started making that left turn.
One more thing. If you want to see what FSD version you have to go to software, and then over here it'll actually tell you what full self-driving software version you have. I have version 12.3.4. So we've officially arrived from point A to point B successfully. Overall, considering how great that was, this run, I'll give it a minus the pothole, minus the hesitance in the traffic light area. A 9.3 out of 10 is my conclusion on this FSD experience, which is pretty damn high. Almost perfect, actually. Now the question is it worth $12,000? I don't think so. It's a bit of a novelty in my opinion, but guess what? News just came out. You can actually get a subscription for $99 a month. I 100% recommend FSD now with the subscription base model.